While I concede this election, I do not concede the fight that fueled this campaign.
The resurrection of Peanut, who was cited at the Kamala concession speech in new, I think they call him Peanut the White, like he's emerged in a more ethereal mode. Let's have a look at the resurrection of Peanut.
Ooh, someone, bro. Someone getting zero. Bro, it's Peanut. Oh, shit. No way he's doing a victory lap on her. Oh, no.
That's pretty incredible, actually, isn't it? That's like, if you believe in synergy, synchronicity, signs and symbols, that's, I know, squirrels, but it's extraordinary that that squirrel captured so much attention and somehow seized the mood. And then at a vital and opportune moment, a squirrel arrived. Now, one of the things that we've noted is the misquoting and decontextualization of stuff that Trump said. Like when Trump talked about tariffs and said there'll be a bloodbath if China attempted to set up factories for cars in Mexico to transport them across the border. That bloodbath word was used in a very condemnatory way, as if what Trump was saying is that post the election, that we would be sloshing around in the blood of his enemies. So what does it mean when Kamala says fight? When is the word fight not a call to January 6th style insurrection? When is a billionaire a bad billionaire, and when is a billionaire a good billionaire? What are the values and the principles that have just been rejected, along with the endorsement of, let's face it, quite a serious pantheon of celebrities? Let me know in the Rumble chat, who were your favorite celebrities who were ignored during the campaigns of the Democrats? Like, didn't Taylor Swift, Beyonce, these all endorsed Kamala? Does that tell you that something epocally and significantly is shifting? Does this mean it's the end of the era of the celebrity endorsement? We're going to have a look at Kamala Harris saying fight a bunch of times. Kamala Harris, who, by the way, only won states that do not require voter ID. Surely just a coincidence. Losing somehow 20 million of the votes that Joe Biden had in the last election. It was 81 million, so like 15 million less votes. Don't know where those votes all went or how they were not concocted or conjured up. So let's have a look at Kamala's speech. We saw the warm-up act of Peanut the Squirrel risen again. Let's have a look at the number of times she says, fight, fight, fight.
So let me say, my heart is full today. My heart is full today, full of gratitude for the trust you have placed in me, full of love for our country, and full of resolve. The outcome of this election is not what we wanted, not what we fought for, not what we voted for, but hear me when I say, the light of America's promise will always burn bright. As long as we never give up, and as long as we keep fighting. Now, I know folks are feeling and experiencing a range of emotions right now. I get it. But we must accept the results of this election. Earlier today, I spoke with President-elect Trump and congratulated him on his victory. I also told him that we will help him and his team with their transition, and that we will engage in a peaceful transfer of power. A fundamental principle of American democracy is that when we lose an election, we accept the results. That principle, as much as any other, distinguishes democracy from monarchy or tyranny.
Such an extraordinary claim, because a true oligarchy is where one recognizes that the powers that operate beyond the reach of democratic processes are the powers that are most able to influence the direction of policy. Do you feel like under the Biden and Kamala administration, let me know in the chat, you have more influence than, for example, the military-industrial complex and the set of organisations within them, Raytheon, Lockheed Martin. Do you feel that you had more influence during the pandemic period than Pfizer's Albert Bourla, or bureaucrats within the state like Anthony Fauci? So pretending that what we had was a democracy and what the capital is sacred, it could become sacred. It could be sacred. The institutions of government could be re-sacralised in a number of ways. One, but through true virtue, and that virtue can only be derived from a concordance with principles that we all agree are sacred. So if you don't have God or a belief in God, and if everything becomes about rationalism and measurement, which of course have their place, and Lord alone knows, with Elon Musk now in charge of 3 branches of government, there will be the use of data, I assume, when coming up with policy. But if the analysis of data and decisions derived from it are not framed and guided within a square of clear principles principalities of obvious virtue, service, freedom, freedom to, and freedom from, like died with or died of COVID. There's a distinction there. What we've been living within are totalitarian bureaucracies that legitimize their authoritarianism through measures of care. Because we care for you so much, we're going to have to sack these 34,000 key workers. Because we care for you so much, you have to take these medications. Because we care for you so much, we're not going to ensure that they're clinically trialed correctly for transmission. There are so many things to consider and unpack there. And what's been rejected, along with celebrities, I would offer you, is that era of managerialism and bureaucratization of those processes. Hartford Gold. Always believe in your soul, you're indestructible. And the world feels insecure and uncertain, doesn't it? With rising prices, crazy debts. For those who are in the United States, thank God, there's a way to secure your hard-earned nest egg. Protect that nest egg. Protect it at all costs. Place it beneath a buttock. Do something sensible. American Hartford Gold makes it easy to protect your savings and retirement accounts with physical gold and silver. Yeah, like in the old days, baby. In one phone call, have physical gold and silver delivered to your door or put inside a qualifying retirement account like your IRA. American Hartford Gold has an A+ rating from the BBB and thousands of satisfied clients. Right now, they will give you up to $15,000 of free silver on your first qualifying order. I want me some of this sweet silver. This offer, though, is only for US customers. Call 866-505-8315 or text BRAND, my name, to 98899. That's 866-505-8315 or text BRAND to 98899. Get up to $15,000 of silver and protect your future in this crazy world with solid precious metals, literally made in stars.
And anyone who seeks the public trust must honor it. At the same time, in our nation, we owe loyalty not to a president or a party, but to the Constitution of the United States. And loyalty to our conscience and to our God.
Do you remember when we saw the New York Times headline, "Is the Constitution problematic?" Are you aware how much the Bill of Rights is being discussed and the legitimacy of the Bill of Rights? It's pretty extraordinary how this speech obfuscates the last 4 years of government.
My allegiance to all three is why I am here to say, while I concede this election, I do not concede the fight that fueled this campaign. The fight for freedom.
That fight to remain enslaved to powerful donor interests and lobbyists. That fight to remain enslaved to bureaucracy. That fight to continue funding wars abroad using American taxpayer dollars. What is this righteousness to which she is referring?
For opportunity, for fairness, and the dignity of all people.
A kind of hysteria has been generated And I suppose, as with all polarity, that will require both sides of the discourse to generate the energy for hysteria. And I was thinking, with those people that were saying that Trump's Hitler and stuff, like that probably won't leave the country now, like you would if you truly believed that Hitler had just taken over. Like, how would you be feeling had Kamala won? And I actually feel like I would be scared because of this. I think I would be scared that there a kind of insidious creep of bureaucracy and incessant crises would be used to legitimize more and more authority. I would imagine that within 4 years, they would say, we're banning these types of people from using social media. We're banning these types of hate speech. And even though there might initially be a sort of excitement about it, like people saying, yeah, that's good because hate speech is bad. We all agree that hate speech is bad. Hating people's bad. We would start to realize, oh no, they're just banning speech that's contradictory to their agenda or disruptive to their agenda. So I do understand why some people have responded hysterically to the election and mandate, and some people calling it a landslide yet of Trump, because I think I would be afraid if what we were now entering into is 4 more years of increasing globalism, bureaucracy, global war, use of crisis to legitimize authoritarianism. I would be afraid. Let me know in the comments and chat how you feel about that.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you want to see more uncensored content where free speech can flourish, join our live stream. Click the link right here to watch the next video if you want to, or become a member of a growing movement. Download the Rumble app and you'll be informed every time we make a new piece of content. Stay free.